All right, in this video today, man, get ready. This is going to be awesome. We're going to talk about the two nominees for president. But, to be honest, I don't really care who wins, but I do care about how it impacts the real estate market, right? So, are you a Donald Trump? Go MAGA? Are you Kamala Harris? Which one do you think is going to affect you more? My personal view is neither one of them are going to affect me much because government is big government and I live in Bend, Oregon and just kind of do my own thing. But I do think there's going to be some effects. So, hold your hats, fire it in those comments. We know you're going to have some. And we're going to get after a 2024 election debate on how it affects the real estate market in Bend, Oregon. And we're going to get after that video right now. All right, as we're approaching the 2024 election, there's probably lots of questions on everyone's mind. But the biggest question on my mind is, how is the real estate market going to be impacted, right? I'm a real estate agent in Bend, Oregon. That's how I support my family. I don't have huge affiliations, Republican or Democrat, kind of middle of the road. I definitely know the decisions made in the White House can affect housing market. So let's jump in to see what I think the top pros and cons of each individual candidate are for the office of the President of the United States. First, let's look at Donald Trump. Potential for deregulation could increase the housing supply. I mean, more houses is a good thing, right? And possible lower corporate tax rates may stimulate construction, right? Because the big companies do build the houses, right? Or a lot of big companies do build, like Lennar Homes and D.R. Horton and stuff like that. So, maybe they build a little bit cheaper house if they have less tax. Maybe not, though, too. We'll have to see what happens. Focus on economic growth. That's his whole claim to fame, right? Dig, baby, dig, and we're going to make oil cheaper, and then energy is going to flow out to everybody else, and then it's going to make everything exponentially cheaper. So, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. I actually don't have a real good thought on it. It'll be interesting to see what happens if he's elected. Could be some good things for the market, could be some bad things. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. I really, really want to know. I'm making this video not to push either candidate, because like I said, I really don't care, but I am interested in how each of their policies is going to affect the housing market, because that's what I do for a living to support my family. Hey, by the way, my name is Josh Grossman. I'm the leader of the Lifestyle and Bend team at eXp Realty. And we get calls, texts, emails, and Zoom requests every day from people like you, and you looking to make their move to Central Oregon. And we absolutely love it. So whether you moved in 9 days or 90 days, we don't care. Go ahead and pick up that phone, give us a call, send us a text message, sign up for a free Zoom consultation. My partner, Theron Heinlein, and I, we're going to go to work on making your move to Bend as smooth as possible. So what are some of the cons? Stricter immigration policies. Everybody knows that he's super, super strict on that, right? So does that reduce our construction labor force? Could be. We have a lot of immigrants that do the construction trades in and around Central Oregon. I mean, I employed a bunch of them to work on my house. So that definitely could be a restriction and higher prices. But, there's some people on the fence that believe jobs should come here, and maybe that creates more jobs for people that are U.S. citizens and non-immigrants. I don't know. What's it going to look like? America First stance could defer real estate and vax from foreign countries. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, right? If we have less investors investing in America, does that create more opportunities for you to buy a house at a less price? I don't know. That's a good question right there. I bet that brings in a lot of comments. And finally, uncertainty about the Fed's policy, right, may impact mortgage rates. Because everybody has probably heard that the Fed doesn't directly impact mortgage rates, but they do influence them, right? So if the Fed goes way, way down, maybe mortgage rates also fall down. And, if you could buy a house right now at 4%, 3%, would that be exciting to you? Well, maybe that's coming with Donald Trump if he wins the election. So those are some pros and cons about our first candidate. Before we move on to the next candidate, we have created an absolutely free relocation guide, and we put the link to it right in our comments below. And our relocation guide is chock full of jobs and things to do and places to go and restaurants and just a general knowledge of everything that we have in Bend, Oregon. So it's our gift to you from us, and it's absolutely free. Just go ahead and click the comments below, and you can grab that free relocation guide. All right, let's see what the top pros and cons for Kamala Harris are. Proposed down payment assistance. I bet this absolutely goes insane in the comments, because I know a lot of people are very, very heated about this. Because, where's that down payment assistance from? Well, My understanding is it's going to come from taxes, right? Because that's where all the government money comes from is taxes. But does it help people get into a house, right? Do people need help with down payment assistance? Does it cause prices to go higher? Do sellers say, hey, if you're getting a free $25,000, then I want extra $25,000. We'll have to see how that unfolds. But that definitely could be a pro for a lot of people if she gets elected. Plans to build 3 million new housing units, right? Like, we definitely need more houses, so that looks like a pretty promising thing. Where's the land going to come from? Where is it going to be built at? Who's going to build it? I think there's a lot of questions that need to be answered about that one. But an additional 3 million houses across the United States, would be great. I wonder if any are going to come to Bend, Oregon. Maybe, maybe not. And then tax incentives to builders to create more starter homes. Is that going to work, right? Giving these big builders, Lennar Homes, D.R. Horton, Palace Homes here locally, is this going to give those big builders that little extra push for tax incentive to build a more affordable house, right? An affordable house in Bend, Oregon right now is like $500,000, $600,000 for new construction. Can they get those down to $300,000 or $400,000? There was a small section of town that was developed by a nonprofit that were selling in the $300,000 to $400,000. I actually sold one to a good friend of mine. So, maybe some of that stuff absolutely works, and that could be a good idea. What are some of the cons? Well, potential rent control policies could limit new construction. Why would rent control limit new construction? Well, I think because, if you limit the amount of rents you can get, then less people are going to invest in it because, as you know, everyone's investing in property to make more. Does it make more sense to limit them? It probably does because rents are getting out of control, but that could be a possible effect, right? Higher corporate taxes may slow housing development, right? If you give them money, they're going to build more. If you make them pay more, maybe they're going to slow back. Definitely could be an issue. And then stricter regulations on investors could reduce rental inventory because everyone knows not everyone can buy a house. Like, we're in the business of selling houses, but we understand everybody can't afford it. But if we have tighter policies on those investors, maybe less renters become available or less rentals become available. So definitely some pros and cons on both sides, whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, go red, go blue. Once again, it doesn't really matter to me because I don't believe the government affects me that much, but I do think the government affects policy. And in that case, it'll be exciting to see. So, question of the day. Who are you voting for? Why are you voting for them, right? Are you a hardcore Republican? Are you a hardcore Democrat? Are you somewhere in the middle? Are you choosing the policies? Do you like one of the vice president candidates better than the other? We'd love to hear about it. So leave a comment below, right? Let's have a discussion, right? Let's have a civil discussion on who the president of the United States is going to be. There's good and bad on both sides, are absolutely sure, but I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. So that was a quick kind of down and dirty. We're going to put some infographics in here and we'll show some various different things, but at the end of the day, it's up to us to decide who the president's going to be. Whether you're red, whether you're blue, get out there and vote and definitely try and make a difference. For now, Joshua Grossman, Lifestyle and Ben Team, eXp Realty, and we absolutely look forward to seeing you around town. Or hey, you know what? Give us a call. Darren and I will jump in our car and we'll give you a tour around our town to see if it makes sense for you to call this place home. Until we see you, we'll talk to you soon.